Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm here for Scrapbook Boutique. I'm going to make a card using this My Favourite Things stamp set called You Are the Best. They're die-namics. It's one of the tag builder blueprints. It's the number 4 one. And also some paper. This is from Echo Park and it's a foil paper and it's from the Dots and Stripes sort of thing, but it's actually just dots. It's not there's not any stripes, but this is the gold one. So all the papers in here have the gold dots on them. There are copper and silver as well, which is really sweet. So I'm going to be making a shaker tag today because these tag dies are perfect for that. And I'm using one of the tag builder dies and I've die cut that in my big shop. And initially I thought I was going to make the top of the tag out of the reverse side of the paper, which is a matching plain cardstock, but I changed my mind and I decided to make the whole thing gold polka dots. I thought they'd be so much fun. So I'm making the top layer by using the inset from the matching die, and then I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. And isn't that just glorious? I love this foil paper. So before I forget, because do you ever do this? You make a shaker card and you forget to put the acetate on. So what I try and do now is actually add the acetate as I make the front of the shaker, and then I don't forget. I've stamped out a couple of images and I'm colouring them with my Copic markers. Well, at least I'm trying to. This one needs refilling and I'm too lazy to do it, but that's okay. I'm going to keep colouring until I get enough colour on there, and there's not going to be much showing anyway. So these are from the You Are the Best set, and I've just stamped out the hill, one of the little flowers and the sheep. And I'm doing some really simple Copic colouring. Well, it would be simple if I had some ink in my marker, but I will. I promise I'll go and do it. I still haven't done it. Maybe I should. And a nice bright pink flower. And of course all flowers have yellow centres. And I'm just going to do some really simple Copic colouring on my sheep. I didn't want to add like lots of wool, but I have sort of added a couple of little bits of shadow where the wool would kind of scooch round, curl, whatever wool does. And then I'm just going to fussy cut these out, leaving a small white border. Okay, I wanted to put sort of a background on my card. So this is a top fold card and I'm actually colouring directly on the front of the card. And for some reason I thought it'd be fun just to scribble some random patterns on there. So I've chosen, this is a Prismacolor pencil and it's the colour's called Sand, and I'm just actually holding my images where they're going to be, or holding my die cuts where they're going to be, and then I can just work out where I want to add the colour, and I'm just hatching it back and forth across the front of the card. I just love the way Prismacolor pencils go on. They're so creamy and bold. But you could use any kind of pencil for this. My sentiment is out of the same stamp set, and I'm going to emboss it in white again. And as you can tell, I keep my scraps of paper. I normally don't keep them when they're this small, but for some reason I did. But this is going out in the bin after this. And I'm just going to heat emboss this, and then I can cut it down to make a little banner for the card. I'm using my stamp runner to add a bit of adhesive behind the grassy knoll and working out exactly sort of where I want it inside, because I'm going to put it inside the shaker tag. I want it to be in amongst the shaking goods, but I know I did consider actually putting a little piece of acetate in front of it, because you know what it's like when you've got a shaker and you've got things inside and they're adhered to it. All the bits of shaky glitter or beads or sequins, they always stick to it, but I decided against it and just thought, well, that's part of the fun. But I am pushing it down really hard to try and stop that from happening. I've added a bit of fun foam around the border of my acetate panel, and using some score tape to do that. And then I've got this primer, it's a glass glitter called Gold Rush, which is awesome, but I added it and I added too much, and I thought I'll just shake out a little bit, and then it all went pear-shaped. So I kind of had to start again, and this time I'm a little bit more careful and I get the lid on the back ASAP, so I don't have to start again. And there's my shaker. Whoops. I've got this is just some DMC metallic gold thread. I'm just threading that through the top of the tag. I thought that'd be fun, hanging down, just to bring the gold in a little bit more. And I'm going to adhere that to directly to the front of my card using, I've got score tape on the back. I thought it'd be good just to add a bit of stamp runner behind the tab at the top though. And I've got some foam squares. These are the scrapbook adhesive ones. I'm popping some on the back of my sheep image, as well as behind my sentiment just for you. I do have to double up the foam tape on the just for you, just the ones on the left, just so that they sit nice and high, because I'm sitting it above the tag there. Just going to snip the ends off my thread, and that's my shaker done. And of course you have to give it a shake. And I love these glass beads. I know you can't hear them, glass glitter. They're really heavy and they shake. They're really groovy. I like them. So that's my card. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.